Naga Panchami falls on the 9th this August. This day is one of the most auspicious days to receive the blessings of the Nagas who can bless us with health and vitality, among many other things. On this occasion, let's learn a little bit about one of the most important Naga kings, Karkotaka, the Naga king that evokes fear in Kali. Karkotaka was one of the 1,000 original serpentine offsprings of Kashyapa Prajapati and his wife Kadru. Karkotaka is also one of the Ashtanagas, which are the most important 8 Nagas of the 1,000. They are Ananta, Vasuki, Takshaka, Karkotaka, Shankha, Padma, Mahapadma, and Gulika. The Sarpa Sukta from Rigveda says that Karkotaka can radiate venom from his eyes. The shloka goes as follows: Karkotako nama sarpo yodrushti vishayuchyate tasya sarpasya sarpatvam tasmai sarpa namostute. Meaning, I bow down to that serpent whose name is Karkotaka and who emits venom through his sight. The Itihasa of Mahabharata also mentions some of the most important aspects of Karkotaka. Karkotaka is black in color, as can be seen from the story of Vinata and Kadru from the Adi Parva of Mahabharata. One of the most important and relevant aspects of Karkotaka is that he has a boon that whoever praises Karkotaka destroys the influence of Kali on themselves. Let's look at the story of how that came into place from the Nalopakhyanam of the Aranya Parva of Mahabharata. So once upon a time, there was a king called Nala who was affected by Kali. Because of Kali's influence, Nala lost his kingdom in a game of chance and then left his wife Damayanti out of shame. He was in hiding and roaming the forests. At one point, there was a forest fire and Nala finds a serpent caught in the flames. That serpent was none other than Karkotaka, who was cursed by sage Narada to become immobile and was told that the king Nala would relieve him from the curse. Upon seeing Nala, Karkotaka begs him to save him from the fire. Nala saves Karkotaka from the fire, after which Karkotaka becomes free of the curse and says, "O king, I am grateful for you saved my life." Saying so, he bites Nala and poisons him. Nala instantly turns black and disfigured. Nala then exclaims, "I just saved your life, and this is how you thank me." Karkotaka then says, "O king, I did so to free you from your suffering. I am the Serpent King Karkotaka. In this disfigured form, no one will be able to recognize you in your hiding." Karkotaka then reassures Nala that he would regain everything he lost and asks him to go to the court of the king Rituparna and serve him as his charioteer. Saying so, Karkotaka gives him 2 garments and asks Nala to wear these garments and remember his name when the time is right to regain his original form. Nala does as told by Karkotaka and gets the job as a charioteer of the king Rituparna. He does so under the disguised name of Bahuka. After some time, Damayanti, the wife of Nala, who was in search of her husband, organizes a Swayamvara for herself. Swayamvara is an event in which the bride chooses her groom among the set of participating suitors. She did so in hopes of finding her husband Nala. The king Rituparna also gets the news of the Swayamvara. But by the time the news reached him, there was only 1 day left to reach the kingdom of Vidarbha and attend the Swayamvara. Rituparna then asks Bahuka if he can take him to Vidarbha in 1 day. Bahuka nods and says that he can do so and prepares the horses. Both of them then set off to Vidarbha on a chariot pacing at a lightning speed. Rituparna, surprised at the extreme speed at which the horses were racing, asks Bahuka how he was able to do that. Bahuka then answers saying, "O king, I have a vidya called Ashvahridayam. It is because of this vidya that I could make the horses race at a lightning speed." Rituparna, fascinated by this, asks Bahuka to teach him the vidya and in return agrees to teach Bahuka the Akshahridayam vidya, which is a technology of divine sight. Bahuka agrees to this, and upon receiving the Akshahridayam vidya, the power of the vidya shows him a vision of a dark being coming out of his body and vomiting blood and poison. Bahuka then angrily asks the being that came out of his body who he was and why he entered his body. The being then introduces himself as Kali. He then explains how he hated Nala for his unswerving devotion towards dharma, how he entered his body at a vulnerable moment, and how he caused him to lose his kingdom and his wife. He also explained how the Karkotaka's venom in his body was torturing him, and that the Akshakritayam Vidya was the last nail on the coffin that caused him to come out of his body. Upon hearing all this, Nala, red with anger, was about to curse Kali. But Kali begged him not to do so, and in return gave him a boon saying, whoever praises Karkotaka, Nala, Damayanti or Rituparna shall be free of his influence. The shloka goes as follows. Karkotakasya nagasya, Damayantya nalasya cha, Rituparnasya rajasheha, Kirtanam kalinashanam. Thus, chanting this shloka or remembering the names of Karkotaka, Nala, Damayanti and Rituparna with a feeling of reverence destroys the influence of Kali on you. Nala then orders Kali to go away and take shelter on the tree of Vibhitika, and Kali does so. From that point, the Vibhitika tree, also known as Vibhitaki in Hindi, is considered inauspicious as it hosts Kali on itself. Oh, and by the way, this tree is also said to host ghosts.